this episode of the Cinema Goodness Podcast.
That scene when it comes to him that he don't have the stones when he's selling away, he was just like, he was so, like, he didn't know what to do with himself, bro.
He was like, I have all this anger and I don't know where to put it.
Because he's stuck.
I don't even know how to express it.
He just started laughing. He couldn't do nothing but start laughing. What's going on, family? It's Kahim and JP back with another episode. How you doing today, JP?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great, man. Feeling good, man. I'm excited for this episode. We're talking about the top 5 actors to transform into their roles. And, we heard that Tyler Perry has bought, BET and VH1. It's not really confirmed, but we're going to be talking about some things that, we would like to see if it is true. If Tyler Perry did buy BET, what would we like to see? We're going to wrap things up with our film review of The Outlaws, just streaming on Netflix, man. Very exciting episode. Can't wait to get into it. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. Let's get into this cinema goodness.
Let's do it.
All right, man. So we're going to kick things off with this top 5 actors to transform. Now, full disclaimer, again, when we do these top 5s, I want to remind y'all that this is our top 5, right? You may not necessarily agree, but when we're doing the top 5 actors to transform, it's basically when we have these actors that put their heart and soul into the roles and they made us believe them. After we saw them acting, we really didn't even think about the actor anymore. It was all about the role. So that's kind of the idea of this top 5, the actors that, transform. And I guess I'll kick it off. Right? I'll kick it off. My number 5 is Angela Bassett, right? Tina Turner, right? We did an episode a while back where we talked about, the death of Tina Turner. And you know what Angela Bassett brought to the role, man? It was just, it was iconic, bro. Anytime you think about Tina Turner, it was so crazy, right? And it's not funny, but when Tina Turner actually passed away, they was dropping pictures of Angela Bassett on the timelines, bro. And that's crazy to me, right? People really thought that, Angela Bassett really was Tina Turner, man. But yeah, man, number 5, Angela Bassett, Tina Turner, man. She killed the role. What's Love Got to Do with It? Iconic movie, man. And yeah, that's my number 5.
I'm a little speechless because, as I've said, when we do these top 5s, we actually do not share our list.
No,
so we don't do that. My number 5 person is Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
For Ike Turner.
Yeah.
And What's Love Got to Do with It? But I will also say the way I kind of looked at my list, I'm looking a little bit broader too, because I think that there's a lot of roles that he did. The man who played Ike Turner is also the man who played Morpheus. And I feel like he transforms in each role. It doesn't even seem like the same person. So I take that into consideration. And that's also the same person that was, the teacher in Akeelah and the Bee. So I feel like in every role, he becomes that role. And so he's my number 5. Fitting. Yeah. He's right there with Angela.
Nice, man. Yeah. I was thinking about that movie real quick, and that scene where he took her out of the hospital and put it and she was all tore up. You know what I'm saying? He was it was like I was cold-blooded, man.
He was.
Lawrence Fishburne, he killed that role, man. They got the memes of him, when he looking back, when she, you don't know the words,
right?
All of that stuff, man.
When I tell you, he became Ike Turner to the point that if you look at the credits, and this is one of the things I always give him credit for, he actually sang his parts for the voice, the singing parts. Now, Angela did not. She did not do Tina's parts. I don't know that she is a singer at all. But if you look on the songs, you'll see that it is actually Lawrence Fishburne's voice singing. And that helped a lot because there were a few times in the movie where I felt a little jarred when Angela opened her mouth and I heard Tina's voice come out. It was clearly it was a recording of Tina, but you could tell it was actually, him singing. So I give him credit for that. He did a good job.
Nice, man. Nice. All right, so number four. Ooh-wee. All right, so I'm gonna go with Will Smith and Muhammad Ali.
Okay, great role.
Muhammad Ali, man, yeah, that was a great role, and every time I just think about that movie, I just think about how well, he looked the part, he moved the part, he talked the part. I like that part. Will Smith became one of my favorite actors after Ali. So number four is Will Smith, Muhammad Ali.
Man, that's a good choice. I considered him, but I wasn't thinking about Ali. So that's a really, really good choice.
Okay.
All right, okay. My number four. Moving on to my number four. And there's consternation here because these bottom ones are hard for me. I'm going to give number four to Miss Viola Davis.
Ooh.
Okay, and I'm giving her this because of her transformation in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Okay, I don't think I see
that. She was in that one with Chadwick Boseman.
Okay.
And that was, it was the way she played that role. She had to be so harsh, but she was fighting for her rights. They wanted her voice, they wanted her talent, but they didn't want her because they didn't like Black people. So the way she played the role, when she demanded that Coca-Cola, and she meant, I want a Coca-Cola, and y'all better have my Coca-Cola when it's time for me to have it. And if y'all don't have it, y'all go into the store to go get it. She put her foot down.
Yeah.
So I love that part. And it was a great cast in general. But also, I feel like she transformed in The Woman King big time. Mm-hmm. The amount of effort and work that she put in to not only the physical transformation, but what she always does when it comes to the emotional connection to that role. I think she knocked it out of the park. Those are two where she, to me, I couldn't see Viola. It was that character.
Nice. Yeah, Viola Davis, she's cold work, man. She's solid actress, bro. She kills everything, bro. Honestly.
And she probably could be my one. So all of these are real close for me.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Ooh, it's getting tight, man. All right, so we're moving on to number three. And I haven't heard too much about this guy, man, but after this, he got on my radar. And I'm gonna go with Austin Butler for Elvis Presley in the Elvis movie. Now, I don't know if a lot of people saw that movie, bro. But
okay.
He became Elvis Presley, bro. Like the mannerisms, bro. The way he was, I don't know if he was singing or not, but the way he talked, they were saying, like his family was saying that he rehearsed that voice so much, he was talking like that for like a year. He was talking the way Elvis talked for like a year, bro. And just like he looked like Elvis, bro. He kind of had the same swag. It was just, yeah, he killed that, bro. Austin Butler, Elvis Presley in the Elvis movie, man. And Tom Hanks was in that movie too. He was kind of like his manager. But that was a great movie, man. We need to maybe do like a little highlight or something about that, or something else. I don't know. But yeah.
We can make it a rewatch. That one's been out for what, about 3 or 4 months now?
It's been out for like a year or so now.
Oh, it's been that long? Oh yeah, well that can be we can go back because I haven't seen that one, honestly. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Elvis, that's why I didn't see it, but I will see it because I always want to see good performances.
Yeah, he did a Great job. Great job. Great job. So that was my number 3, Austin Butler, Elvis Presley.
Speaking of Tom Hanks, he's my number 3
Wow.
on my list.
Okay.
And I gotta keep saying this, these people are really close. Tom could be number 1 as well. Him as Saving Private Ryan, as Forrest Gump. Even we talked about Otto in A Man Called Otto.
Yeah.
I don't care how well known Tom Hanks is, when he plays those characters, he becomes them.
Yeah.
That unique sincerity, that like honesty that he plays the role. I feel that in each character, they feel real to me. It doesn't just feel like Tom Hanks playing in, as Forrest Gump. He became Forrest Gump from the top of his head down to the bottom of his feet. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
So I have to give it to him, and he absolutely could be number 1. I'm gonna keep saying that, y'all. Just
I wasn't even thinking about Tom Hanks, but that's a great pick, man. Tom Hanks cold too. Man, that's why this list is it was tough, bro. It was
most
tough.
Definitely.
It was
most
tough.
Definitely.
Okay, man. So we moving on. Number 2, I gotta go with my guy Heath Ledger, man, in the Joker, bro. Heath Ledger in the Joker, man. If y'all watched our episodes, you know how I feel about Heath Ledger in the Joker, man. He was just iconic, bro. Over Jack, man, over anybody that ever played Joker, bro. Joaquin Phoenix, bro, like, there's no comparison. When I think about the Joker, bro, I see Heath Ledger face all over it, bro. It's just one of them things, man. It's sad that we couldn't see him go hard again, bro. So yeah, number 2, Heath Ledger, the Joker.
Man, and I considered him very strongly. I think because of the lack of other roles is why I didn't put him on my list, but he definitely would be an honorable mention. Because you're right, he 100% transformed. He's the best live action Joker. I think in all of its iterations. So I have to give him credit. He did that. I wish he had, had more opportunities, because his roles before that, he was in the, kind of big in the rom-coms and stuff like that. So he really stretched himself in that role, and I mean, it was great. All right, so that was your number 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my number 2 is Gary Oldman. Now, Gary Oldman, you may be thinking in your head, who is Gary Oldman? Gary Oldman was the villain in The Fifth Element. Gary Oldman has played so many crazy roles. When he gets into a role, he becomes that person. I did not realize Gary Oldman was the guy in The Fifth Element until I saw the credits.
Yeah.
I saw the entire movie and was completely shocked.
Yeah.
But if you look at his filmography, this is something he's been doing. He likes to transform big time. So not only this role, but the Darkest Hour role. He's playing Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour. It's a war drama, but when I tell you he transforms, if you did not know when you watched that movie that's Gary Oldman, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And he has this wide breadth of different types of movies as well. So I think that was a key for me. He has sci-fi. He was in Batman Begins. He was the detective. If you remember, in Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, that's Gary Oldman. He was in Harry Potter.
Commissioner Gordon?
He was Commissioner Gordon. Yes.
Right. Okay.
That's Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. He played Sirius Black in Harry Potter.
Right. Harry Potter. Right. Oh yeah, he cold, man.
This man transforms big time.
Yeah, he cold with it. Yeah.
When you have to figure out that it's him.
Yeah.
So I give him many props. He's and I loved the way he did the Fifth Element role to me, because that one is so quirky.
Yeah.
It sticks out to me, and that's also one of my favorite movies. So
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
That scene where it comes to him that he don't have the stones when he's sailing away, he was just like, he was so like he didn't know what to do with himself, bro.
He was like, I have all this anger and I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, because he's stuck.
I don't even know how to express it.
Like he just started laughing. He couldn't do nothing but start laughing. Yeah.
We gotta do that one on the rewatch of the week. We're putting that on the list of the rewatch of the week.
Yeah,
that is
man.
a great rewatch. That is a great rewatch movie. Rewatch.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Carbon Dallas. Ruby Rod. Yeah. Yeah, man. Great movie, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting off topic a little bit. All right.
Right.
So before we move to the number one, man, y'all still watching, bro, y'all enjoying this content, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, man. Cinema Goodness Podcast. Check it out on your various podcast platforms. Our list is kind of different. It's like we're still doing the actors that transform, which, like you said, is much more broader. With your list, it was like carrying over the different roles, which is awesome, man. But my number one, man, person to transform, I went over this back and forth, man, but I gotta go with Jamie Foxx, bro, and Ray. I gotta go with Jamie Foxx and Ray, cause like the mannerisms, he's like, you know what, like that thing, bro. The way he was singing and playing, like he was actually like sealed his eyes so he could be blind.
For a long time, he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played with Ray Charles, man, just so he could get the vibe, bro. He put so much into that role, and I think he won an Academy Award for that movie too.
Yep, that's what his Oscar is for.
Yeah, man. So Jamie Foxx, he did a hell of a job with Ray, man. Every time I see that movie, I don't even see Jamie Foxx, bro. It's Ray Charles, man. But he did an awesome job, man. So my number one, Jamie Foxx, Ray. Great choice.
He's definitely in my honorable mentions. He could have been on the list. Here's my thing, and this is something that Viola Davis has talked about. Because there's not as many opportunities sometimes for actors, for Black actors or actors of color, they aren't getting some of those really great scripts. We miss having those performances, because when these actors get those scripts, when he gets Ray and he gets this, opportunity of a lifetime just to knock it out of the park. How many other roles has he had that have stretched him like that? That's what I think about. Right. And to me, it is one of the most iconic biopic movies where he became the person. So I 100% agree. Nice. He's not my number one, but my number one is, drum roll, please. All right. Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito is my number one. And I say that because Gus Fring, because that's one of his more recent roles. But when I look at his body of work, seeing how he has been in everything, from Breaking Bad to Star Wars to Do the Right Thing to, every single time he's becoming that character. And you have to almost like do a double take when you're looking at his roles, because he becomes these people. And he was in The Boys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. Very
And
talented.
I feel like every time I see him on screen, he's captivating and he becomes that person. I don't feel like it's Giancarlo Esposito playing the role.
Yeah.
I feel like he is that person. The way he brings it, he just transforms into the role. So he is my number one. Asterix, all of them could be number one. It's very hard to choose. This was difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. This it was hard. That's the only thing we talked about before we did this top five. This was challenging to do because it's tough. It's tough to whittle it down.
Exactly, man.
Okay,
So,
honorable mention time.
honorable mention time. Okay, I'm just gonna fire off, right? I
Okay.
got Anthony Hopkins, right? Hannibal Lecter, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anytime you think about Hannibal Lecter, bro, it's Anthony Hopkins, right? Okay, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, I got Sherman Klump, right? He was Sherman Klump. He got the prosthetics on. Nutty Professor is an iconic movie, bro. It's a classic film, man.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron. If you ever seen Monster, right? When they made her change her face, bro, she killed that role, man. She was like a serial killer. She had like some mental thing going on. Okay, I got Angela Jolie from Maleficent, right? I like Angela Jolie, Maleficent, man. She does a very good job with that. And one of your people, Lawrence Fishburne, Ike Turner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So great list. On my honorable mentions, I definitely have Jamie Foxx. I have Regina King. Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe he's another one of those that he knows how to put a lot of different wide range. Charlize Theron is also an honorable mention for me. And I had Angela Bassett. I really struggled. Angela, I put in my honorable mentions. I really struggled. She could be on my list, but we only gave ourselves 5 spots.
Right.
But yeah, I'm trying to, when I do this, I'm trying to fight my bias because I know this is my list, but at the same time, I want to try to bring a little bit of objectivity into it.
Right.
So yeah, Angela for me, and I think she's played a lot of mother roles, but at the same time, they've all been different.
Right. Yeah, in a way, yeah. She puts a little bit of different, like a little spin on it, every time.
Mm-hmm.
She has a little flavor to it. Yeah, man.
But she did transform into Tina. I give her much props for that.
Definitely. Man. What y'all feel about our list, man? Let us know. What's your top 5? Top 5 actors that transform. You could do a specific role, or you can do a body of work like JP did, man. Either one is fine. It's great. It challenges you to look at these people work, man, and really pick out your favorites, man. But yeah, that's our top 5. It's a great list, man. It was fun.
Now, you know what we have to do in the future?
What's that?
We've got to do the opposite of this list. The opposite of this list will be people who are the same character in every movie they play in. And I have 3 names right at the top of my head, but I'm not gonna ruin it. Y'all have to keep watching.
Yeah, man, that's funny. Okay.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. There are some people. Every movie you watch, same character. Don't matter what universe it is. It can be sci-fi. It can be real life. Same person every time.
Yeah. Right. Right. So the entertainment world is basically waiting to hear what's going on with Tyler Perry and BET and VH1, right? Now, it's already confirmed that Tyler Perry already owns 25% of BET. Where he actually bought 25% stake in the company. But if this deal goes through for approximately $3 billion, he won't be a sole owner. He'll just have majority stake. If that does happen, Tyler Perry, from what I see about Tyler Perry, he has a specific lane that he's really adept in. And I'm interested to see how is that going to change. Is he going to push that agenda in his content or in BET content structure as a whole, or would he be a little bit more liberal and accept some different stuff? So right off the bat, I would like to see more sci-fi stuff, bro. Black sci-fi movies, much more like cartoons. Like back in the day, they had on HBO, they had the Happily Ever After cartoon. Where they tackled different fables, but it was from a black perspective. I would like to see more stuff like that, man. It's a lot of reality TV. A lot of Tyler Perry shows that pop up. We got some independent films that pop up here and there, but mostly it's like the same genre of stuff. And if he takes over, I would like to see more diversity in the content, man. What about you, JP?
I'm in 100% agreement on that. Already, as far as original content, Tyler Perry has taken over BET content-wise, because you're right, most of the other content is unscripted. So you're dealing with, those reality TV shows, and those are cheaper to make than scripted television. But most definitely, if Mr. Perry, and this is, essentially just, I don't know if you're watching. If you are, I would most definitely want to see a very diverse lineup of television and movies. I would like to see, and let me say why I'm saying this. And this is exactly to your point. Right now, Tyler Perry just has his shows on BET. If he gets into the position of being the controlling owner of BET and VH1, I would want him to create essentially an ecosystem of entertainment, so that not only do you have the drama, which is what he's strong at, and he has a very signature. His signature is very strong. When you watch a show, you, without even knowing, it is a Tyler Perry show. His signature is strong, and to his credit, he understands that, and he produces what his audience wants to see. So that's smart, because that's what brought him to where he is. After, he started on OWN, he helped to stabilize the Oprah Winfrey Network, because that was the content they had. And then that helped her to get started. And then once his exclusivity agreement with her ended, he went to BET. But by the time he brought his work to BET, his signature was very strong. So I want to see a black news. I absolutely want to see the black sci-fi. I want to see some black cop dramas, because as much as we have, a crazy relationship sometimes in this country with law enforcement, people love that stuff. Those are some of the most popular shows on TV. So black cop dramas, I want to see, of course, the comedy, scripted comedy. I want to see, especially black news. I think that's missing right now. Roland has a really great platform that he's built on YouTube, the Roland Martin Network. But I would love to see a official black news, nightly news that comes on, especially because the news has been proven for so long to have such a strong bias against black people. We see what they do. Even sometimes they have been caught looking up the worst history of the hero in the story, and putting that as their picture of the person instead of a positive picture. So they don't always, the network, cable, and television news channels do not always depict us, and that's because of inherent biases that people have. So I definitely want to see that. and unbiased. I mean, I want to see, where it presents, the truth without so much slant, because most news nowadays has a slant. We all know that by now. So
Right.
that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm hoping. It's a rumor. I checked as of this recording, Tyler Perry, Viacom, Paramount, none of them have made an announcement confirming this, although there are some news stations looking for a scoop that have said it is true. We'll believe it when we see them confirm it. But I wish him the best. I know that Byron Allen is the only other one currently owning a network. He owns the Weather Channel. But most definitely, I want him to do well, and I want to see ecosystem of everything. As long as it can make money, I want to see it, because I think that we can strive in that. And then syndicate our shows. Go back and get some of the shows that got canceled, that were canceled too early, and bring those back. I think that would be a great thing to do on BET. And let me say this, what I don't want to see, I don't want to see BET stay the same. That's what I'm going to say.
Right.
And I'm not knocking BET, but as a consumer, we talk about movies, we talk about TV shows. Right now, BET does not appeal to me unless it's like a rerun of The Cosby Show or something like that. Martin, that's about the only time that BET gets me watching, because although Tyler Perry's plays were something that I consumed and enjoyed, and the movies, most of the movies from the plays I enjoyed, his scripted television, I'm not his audience. So it hadn't pulled me in. So I want to see something that can pull in different diverse groups and really build a coalition. So that's what I want to see. And I hope if this is true, if it turns out to be true, that becomes a reality.
Yeah, man. I would say I want the basement to come back. Like all the music stuff that they had, the basement. I want to see Def Comedy Jam come back, like all the old stuff, man. Not so much like 106 in Park, but stuff like that, like all the stuff that I grew up on, man. Rap City, all of that stuff, man. I think that's the type of stuff that drew us in, but then they became a lot more PC, I guess. Where it's not the same, man. I agree with everything that you said. I just want them to cast their net a little wider, and bring it in a broader audience, man. Because I think that's going to help take BET to the next level, man. So that's what I got to say about that. Nice. Tyler Perry, we rooting for you, dog.
We are.
Hopefully everything work out, man. Moving on to a film review of The Outlaws.
The Outlaws, released on Netflix. Owen Browning is a straight-laced bank manager about to marry the love of his life, Parker. When his bank is held up by the ghost bandits during his wedding week, he believes his future in-laws, who just arrived in town, are the infamous Outlaws.
Yeah, man. So, like I said before, it was a fun movie, man. It was quirky. I seen you text me that it was wacky,
Wacky.
Yeah, it was wacky. I really didn't know what to expect when I watched this movie, but
Me neither.
this guy, I went in with low expectations, like you said, So I was able to have fun with the movie, I tried to watch it once, and then I was like, nah, because the kids running around, was too much going on. I said I need to actually watch this movie. But yeah, man, this guy, he reminds me of Jack Black for some reason, man. Like his mannerisms, kind of, just like how he acts. I don't know if that's his real persona or if that's just a character that he kind of gave. But I haven't seen him in too much. But yeah, he kind of gave me a Jack Black vibe. But he was funny. He was silly. He seemed pretty confident in his way. But he's a bank manager. He's about to get married to Parker, and he wants everything to go smoothly. He wants his wife to have a great wedding. So when he hears about the parents coming, played by Pierce Brosnan and Ella Barker. But yeah, the McDermotts. So when he finds out they're coming to the wedding, he gets excited. He wants to show off. He wants to invite them in and be hospitable and have them enjoy themselves. So all of that was cool until he got robbed. His bank got robbed, and he feels that the parents, the McDermotts, actually robbed the bank. Which he was right. It was, it was a fun movie, man. Lil Rel was there. He was being funny, Yeah, man. What'd you think about the movie?
I'm with you on, and this is gonna be my mantra from now on. Go in with low or no expectations. It makes me, it makes me think of the Mad TV sketch, Lowered Expectations. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was like a terrible dating show. Okay, or a dating show for terrible people. One of the two. It helped. Now, the thing that surprised me about the movie was the cast. Pierce Brosnan, Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
I was really shocked by seeing them. And then Nina Dobrev. She's from Vampire Diaries, I think.
Right.
Okay, and then Lil Rel, and then Dean Winters.
Yeah.
All these people are, known actors. So I wasn't expecting it because when I first pulled this up, I was like, okay, Netflix movie with a bunch of people I don't know, and then I'm like, wait a minute, Pierce Brosnan is in this?
I know these people, right? I know.
And Richard Kind, he's been in everything.
Okay.
His father, this was Owen's father.
Oh, right.
The real neurotic guy.
He was so silly, man.
He is hilarious in all of his roles because that neurosis, that neurotic thing he does is funny. But now here's where I'm with you. The Jack Black feeling, but here's where it comes from. This is an Adam Sandler production, okay?
Yeah, Madison,
so you can, like the crass humor, there were so many penis jokes. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah. I was a little, surprised, but then I was like, okay, this is an Adam Sandler movie. You got to remember that. So that is in there. That goofiness is in there. And them taking a little too far from here and there, that's there.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Jack Black. It also reminds me of the other movie that was really, really, really bad.
Oh, Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yes, it reminds me of him as well. But that to me, that's part of Adam Sandler's signature. But Lil Rel's character was hilarious. I mean, in everything that he was in. At the very end, Lacey Mosley, his coworker, when he was like, they just held us at gunpoint. This is really messed up. Yeah, that was really funny to me at the end of the movie. I will say this. There are some parts of the movie you are going to laugh. There are some parts of the movie that are just stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So the person they owe money to, Rihan. Okay, her name is Porna Yeganathan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was hilarious too.
Yeah, she was hilarious, but I know her from a show that me and my wife watched called Never Have I Ever on Netflix.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good show. It's kind of like the kids are in high school or something, and they follow the girl from freshman year to her graduation or something like that. But it's a really good show. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but this lady Porna, she plays the mom in that series, and she's just like real wholesome. She's battling. She's a widower, so this is a drastic difference from the character that I know her from. And she surprised me, man, because she had a little edge to her and stuff. I was like, okay, I see. Phoebe King, she's silly. They had a lot of fun stuff about this movie. that if I was looking for it to be a certain way, I'd have been disappointed. But I'm glad I didn't. I just said, let me just watch the movie, see what it's about. And yeah, I enjoyed it, man. It was funny. It had some good points, good moments. The part where he was getting chased by the dogs, when he tried to spy on the parents, that was silly.
That was funny.
Man. Man. It was a lot of good. Okay, so the only thing I had a problem with that was kind of like, I don't really know the end of the movie, right?
Okay.
Jump into the movie. They had to do like the bank heist, right? And at the end of the movie, he was in the safe with all of the money. But my thing is, how did he get back in the safe? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they went through all of that to open it, how did he open it to get back in? You know what I'm saying? That was my only thing that kind of raised my antennas. Like, I don't really know about that because it was so much to open it. Like, she had all of these handprints and keys at the same time. Like, how did all of that work? So I try not to go into it too much because I was like, I was gonna go down a rabbit hole. But yeah, that was like the only thing that kind of got me kind of like thinking, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I was surprised by the ending. And you're right. If you focus on it too long, you'll go you'll go down. It won't be a rabbit hole. It will be a plot hole.
Right.
Because the whole point of, if he didn't intend to kill the bad people, the bad Pointer's character, if they didn't intend to kill her, how would they have gotten the money back to the bank? So that's interesting. They never explained that part. It may be on the cutting room floor for all we know, but you make a great point. There's no explanation of that. I don't know if they just left it open or what the case may be, but this is one of those, just laugh it up, don't take it too serious type of movies. Definitely don't have any expectations, and you'll be perfectly okay. Now, Owen's character, I think his character he may have taken it a little too far, but I think that was the goal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think his shtick was very strong, and it may have been a little bit too far, but he fit into the movie, I guess. Because going back, Adam Sandler movie, that's why he has that personality. So I can see his Adam Sandler's imprint on it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to. Where's Dean Winters? Dean Winters was in this movie, but I don't know where. Vince Millen. But yeah, I don't know.
He was the manager of the bank that was the son of the bank owner, but he was really lazy and he was cutting corners. So that was the first bank that they attempted to rob because they knew that he was cutting corners and they could get him. But he ended up that robbery ended up getting foiled because of Owen stopping to give somebody CPR. First of all, Owen sticking around too long in the whole first place. I'm like, why is he still in there? And then when he saw the big Samoan guy get up, oh, you're dumb. You should have been out of here. You about to get whooped.
So my thing was, even when because they gave him a water gun, right? They gave him a water gun. I'm like, why not just give him a regular gun with no bullets in it? Because he's sitting there with the gun and the water dripping out the gun. I said, bro, it's like stupid stuff, man. But it was meant to be funny. It was meant to be that way. So, yeah, man, it was a good film, man. I don't have too many bad things to say about it because I knew, like, while I was watching it, what I was getting. When I saw Happy Madison, I said, oh, this is about to be dumb. I knew it. So, yeah, man, it looked like they had a lot of fun with this movie, man. They didn't take themselves too serious. And it's a comedy adventure. They had some good scenes, especially like when they finally got the money from the first bank, and they was going through the graveyard. And I'm like, my whole thing was, bro, why don't y'all just close the door? Like, they got the money flying everywhere. Just close the door, bro. Like, they never do that in these movies, man. They just let the money just fly out the thing. But all right, man. What would you give this film?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay. I would give it a 5 too. 5, maybe a 6. If I'm on my green. If I'm on the green and I'm watching this movie, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. But anyway, that's another conversation. But yeah, man, it was a fun film, bro. That was good. Yeah, man. But that's it for this one, bro. Real short and sweet, man. Have fun. Anything